And we're back. And we're back. Second live stream of the day. I was just checking out some videos there about Alex Jones, Bill Cooper talking about him. Interesting, calling him a fraud. Bill Cooper, the father of conspiracy theories, behold a pale horse. And he went out in a gun blaze. You know that he actually predicted 9/11 and said that it was going to be blamed on Osama bin Laden. So definitely check that out and check out Behold a Pale Horse. Today, this is our open discussion. We'll be talking about gaining strength, stacking crypto, diet, exercise, or more. This is an open discussion out here. Make sure you tuned in to the good crypto word out there, guys, as the rest of the boomers tune into this box. This is a general self-improvement chat, open discussion today. We just did a crypto live stream this morning where we talked about the BAT token and the Binance giveaway out there. So make sure you tune into that broadcast as well. But yeah, I'll wait for a few minutes here for people to populate the chat box. But I'm feeling good. I came back from the gym today, working on my bench press. I'm trying to get to 5 reps at 225, about 3 today. So I'm almost there. I've been sharing my goals with you every week, and they're the same goals, and I've hit most. I haven't hit them all. I hit the first one. I call them the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plate overhead for 5, 2 plates bench press for 5, 3 plate deadlift. No, 3 plate squats for 5 and 4 plate deadlift for 5. Now I hit the 5 on the 1, hit 3 on the 2, and I'm still slack on the 3 and 4, but that's what it is. Shout out to Inventors in Bitcoin, 5x5, stacking that volume. Indeed, that's what I'm doing here on my off time. Hit the gym early, pump hard. And here's the thing, guys, you want to gain strength, you got to start physically so that you can also gain strength mentally. And we talked about this last week. What's more important than motivation? It's the discipline, showing up every single day or whatever your program says, sticking to your program out there and staying strong. Any opinion on whey protein shakes, says Daz. Yeah, I take some whey protein, a gold standard. I've been taking the gold standard chocolate, which seems to be the bodybuilding standard. You know, I don't take it every day, but more often than not, I'll take it to supplement if I'm a little slack on the protein. It's recommended if you're trying to build muscle to have 1 gram of protein for every pound that you weigh per day. So let's say that you're a 200-pound man, should be eating about 200 grams of protein per day. So the whey protein helps fill in the differences. So if you're a little slack and you haven't been able to meet your goals, it's good. But I recommend eating whole foods before you're doing any whey protein. I also recommend the keto protein that I have linked down below at a discount. I was following the ketogenic diet for some time in order to trim off the fat and get into a target weight. And I did that for months on end, along with intermittent fasting, which I'm doing today. And I'll tell you, the keto protein is the perfect keto protein is good. I like it. It works good. And, it kept me in ketosis. So I have that link down below if you guys want to check that out. Since I'm not following the keto diet anymore, I switched over to the gold standard whey. And I like that as well. So shout out to Bit Papa. He's back. Let me drop a bomb for you. Boom. Champ, I see you hitting the strength goals. Are you focused on any specific body weight targets? No, I'm not as of late, Jojo. I dropped to the weight that I wanted to when I was following the ketogenic diet, and I really stripped off most of the fat. I felt good, and I hit a plateau on the ketogenic after, let's say 5 months or something, somewhere around 5 months. I don't know if it was 4 or 5 or 6, somewhere around the 5-month marker. And, I got lean, so lean that I was like, I think I'm lean enough. Then I switched it up. Now I'm eating more. I have upped my carbs, and, I've moved the focus from cutting fat to hitting these goals, the 1, 2, 3, 4 goals. So as soon as I hit these goals, I'll go ahead and create a new goal, which would probably be to shred up and get, cut up for the summer. But I'm sort of on a bulk right now, trying to chase down these goals. I'm eating good, and I'm following somewhat of a vertical diet. You guys may want to check that out, and we've talked about that in the past. But it's basically like sirloin steak, red meat, rice, sweet potatoes, Greek yogurt, cranberry juice, orange juice, spinach, stuff like that. strength and body fat don't mix. Now, you know, in a way, it kind of does. I mean, you could see like some of the strongmans have more body fat than bodybuilders, and you know, body fat can give you a little bit more leverage on your lifts. But you know, I'm not trying to get fat, that's for sure. You know, so I'm, you know, I'm bulking, but a clean bulk for that matter, not a dirty bulk. Champ, did you look into the Lugol's 2% iodine yet? No, I haven't, to be honest with you, Bit. I haven't, but I remember you've mentioned that a few times, 2%, the iodine and some of the benefits. So, you know, I got to check that out. Thanks for reminding me. Daz says, nice, thanks for the facts. Body fat is healthier. I mean, you know, body fat is okay. You don't want to be, you know, under 10% body fat. It's hard to maintain. And some people get really tired and they're not as strong. So, you know. Bit Papa says it got me feeling great. So the iodine is working for you. And again, if you could refresh our memories as to some of the benefits there with the iodine, I'd be happy to repeat that to the boomers. Shout out to Pothead, the lights. Indeed, I got the little bag of lights there on our virtual community portfolio, and I'm enjoying it. So let's see how it all fares. Shout out to the crypto fam, says Pothead. CryptoZilla's here in the box. Adventures in Bitcoin. D-Rock with the strong bicep. Bit Papa, or high-ranking official out there. Jojo Wave. Guys, this is a general open discussion. There's no real specific topic at hand. I told you guys this week that I wanted to mention Bill Cooper. Now that Alex Jones is trending there after that Joe Rogan podcast, and we were just mentioning this in our last live stream. You know, it seems like Joe Rogan sort of redeemed himself. Joe's podcast was getting worse and worse, and I wasn't enjoying it. It seems like he's kind of sold out. But the fact that he brought Jones back and he let him speak, you know, it's good. It's important to note that it's like 3 million views in like 24 hours, or 2 million views in 24 hours, and yet you don't see it on the trending page. You don't see that in the trending page. So, you know, whether you agree with it or not, it appears like the powers that be don't want you digesting that information. I did the keto and I'm still in the intermittent fasting at times, but I'm past my lifting days, and I'll leave it at that. You shouldn't be past your lifting days, CryptoZilla. I was checking out videos of people in their 70s still lifting. Here's the thing, and there's actually a video floating around from a professor at Oxford University. She's a female that started powerlifting in her late 60s, and she's gotten information that says that unless that you're strengthening your muscles, you're never going to become that you're never going to combat the aging process. Like what she said is that if you run a lot and you do a lot of calisthenics or whatever, that's good, and that may be good for your heart, but like to combat aging, you need to put on that muscle. You need to have muscle. So the only way to stack muscle is to lift weight. You have to have some resistance. So whether you're doing weight training or maybe, you know, resistance training, but you have to train your muscles, not just your cardio. So you know, don't sleep on resistance training, CryptoZilla. It's never too late, and I encourage you to check out. You may want to Google professor at Oxford powerlifting, and she talks about it. So in her later age, she started lifting and she started squatting, and she was doing good. Big Papa will do push-ups in his coffin. All right. He also says, but Big Papa says, Joe slightly redeemed himself, but Alex won me over a lot. It's interesting that I was checking out the comments, and it seems like a lot of people are warming up to Alex. And, you know, I'm going to say, I like Alex. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I do see and understand the critiques that Bill Cooper said back in 2001, that he's a liar and that he's a sensationalist. And there is some, you know, information that, you know, he could be a shill. But again, I think he's entertaining. I think that the way he set up his business, InfoWars or whatnot, he's a trailblazer. So, you know, shout out to him. And he shouldn't be censored. No one should be censored like that. I completely disagree with the censorship, and it should raise an alarm as to why he's being censored. Bit Papa sounds like a Count Dracula workout over there at the push-ups in his coffin. That's funny. Mark D says 85 push-ups without stopping to start my Friday. Shout out to Mark. There you go. Boom. 85 push-ups to start. Yeah, I've never tested my as many reps as possible on push-ups. I wonder if I can push out 85. Maybe so. I've never tested it. Jigger Rome says, Joe Rogan mentioned to Alex Jones that there's a relations to schizophrenics and conspiracy theories. They're still trying to make us truthers seem crazy. You're right. You know, I would disagree. You know, there is an indirect correlations between schizophrenics and conspiracy theories, but you know, do all schizophrenics follow conspiracy theories? Probably not. So no. Bill Cooper could be an agent. So what are we talking about? Bill Cooper is far from an agent. You know, if you don't believe him, I mean, he went down in a gun blaze. You know, they came to kill him, and he went out shooting. So I don't know who he could have been working for other than himself and the truth out there. Bill Cooper predicted 9/11. He wrote the most famous conspiracy book. I would say it's the cornerstone for all conspiracies, which is Behold the Pale Horse. And a lot of that stuff came true, guys. Behold the Pale Horse, if you want to check it out, it was what's one of the top selling books in the 90s. It's probably one is still the top selling books. Behold the Pale Horse by Bill Cooper. He used to work for the government, and he became a whistleblower, and they shadow banned him, and he ended up getting killed by the authorities. He predicted 9/11. He said that they were going to blame it on bin Laden. And, you know, you could check out all his broadcasts. He has the Hour of the Time. And, you know, I've never said this before, but the siren that I used to pull out on the live broadcast was inspired by Coop himself. So shout out to Coop. Boom. We start the broadcast with his siren or whatnot, the Hour of the Time. And he has hundreds of shows posted. He was out there in Texas booming since the 90s out there, and he predicted a lot of things, and they ended up gunning him down. He was definitely a threat to the establishment. I read it. That's why he could be a patsy, says Bit Papa. You know, I think that there's always going to be people trying to discredit him, but you know, compare his movements to others. He seems a lot more legit than Jones does, and he called Jones a fraud. You could search that on Google too. Bill Cooper exposes Alex Jones. Which is interesting. I was watching a video earlier that made some points. The actual name of the video is Alex Jones Exposed by William Cooper. And here's some points there that are listed in the description of the video. Alex Jones has a Jewish wife named Kelly Rebecca Nichols and has 3 children with her. Alex Jones has a Jewish wife and children all qualify for Israeli citizenship under Israel's law of return. Jones has at least 20 Jewish sponsors and advertisers that financially support his radio show and websites. And there's more information here if you want to check out that video. But it's interesting. It seems like he doesn't call out the Bagel Boys like other people do. And that's always important to note. And I'm not saying that, you know, that all bagels are bad or whatnot, but there seems to be everybody running these mainstream media corporations seems to be cooking up cream cheese. What's good, champ? I'm back in the States, aka the Matrix. Been a minute since I tuned in. Shout out to Jefe Crypto. Welcome back. Boom. This is our second live stream today, Jefe. We have an open discussion when we talk about crypto, diet, exercise, even conspiracy theories. Everything is allowed here, just as long as it's positive. We did the crypto live stream this morning where we talked about Binance giving away $100,000 in tokens, and then we talked about BATS partnership and whatnot. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, says Jigger Romes. I don't know. You know, I've seen that conspiracy too. That's interesting. Derek Smith is here. What up, champ? I see you, Derek. Big Papa says he doesn't trust anyone but the guy in the mirror, and that's definitely a way to go. You know, if you're depending on another man here on YouTube to tell you what to do, you know, you got to trust yourself first, secure your own bags, and, you know, keep your mind semi-open. You know, you don't want to leave it open all the time, but focus on yourself and become stronger, gain strength, and stack crypto, and that's how we do it out here. I have to catch the replay. Happy weekend. Love you like a brother, champ, and I'll kill for my boomer. Shout out to Queens. Love you too, man. And stay booming out there. Thank you for the gratuity today. And stay positive. Have an excellent weekend. Jefe Crypto, is the earth flat or not? Nah, I mean, I don't think the earth's flat, but, you know, I'll tell you this. In defense of the flat earthers, if you really start to, like, look into what they're saying, there's some stuff that's harder to refute than you would expect. But no, you know, I'm not a flat earther. You know, I have more trouble believing in the moon landing than believing that the earth is round. Been traveling and haven't been eating my daily 4-4-20 protein fat carb. Had to adjust my 5x5 to do a 3x10 80% load. I'll be back on the 5x5 next week. There you go. I mean, at least you're adjusting and you're sticking to something. D-Rock, shout out to you, and thank you for keeping us updated with your gains out there. How's the wifey's gains doing? Is it doing well as well too? Let me know. Quran says the earth has always been flat. He doesn't trust that he lives on the ball. There you go. I mean, you know, listen, like, you know, I think that the flat earth could be a psyop, but I've looked into it, and there's some stuff that's harder to refute than you would expect. Okay. You know, look into it, you know, necessarily, I don't think I buy it because although we don't have a good clear shot of the round earth, like the pictures that you see, those are CGIs. Like those pictures are CGI, and that's already been admitted by NASA. But there's been some satellites that show portions of the earth, and you can see a lot of curvature. Some people say that it's a fisheye lens, but there's a lot of pictures out there, and they travel the entire globe, the whole 360 degrees. So I don't know, you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really buying the flat earth meme, but I do respect those that question it, and that's good. You know, question and figure it out yourself. Don't let another man tell you, and figure it out on your own. See if you could test it. White Boy Rick was a teen when the feds hired him. He got shot and went back to work for them in deep cover. I don't know who White Boy Rick is. You guys want to check out the flat earth eclipse? There you go. Champ, I need to lose fat. I want to be lean, says Derek McLean. If you want to lose fat, the best thing to do, there's two things. You could either start fasting. Okay, check out Snake Diet, and you know, fasting is the quickest way to shave the fat. You could shave it all in a week or two if you're not that fat. If you want to go a little bit slower, ketogenic diet, which is what I did. Or you could do a combination of intermittent fasting, which is like fasting for like 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day, and then also do ketogenic. Keto zaps the fat, and I'll tell you, I mean, I've done it myself, and it works. So, you know, look into that. Derek says, I'm with you on the flat earth, champ. I respect your view, but I'm not buying it. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree with you. I mean, I do respect your view. I don't think they're as crazy as some people think. I think some people think they're just wackos, but, you know, think it through. And some of the arguments, you're like, oh, all right, let's see. I can see why people doubt it. You know, I'm not buying it, but I'm not throwing them under the bus either. My 23andMe says I carry a gene that's most high-level power athletes only have, says Bit Papa. There you go. So hopefully you're in the gym out there, Bit Papa, getting stronger. D-Rock says, we're strong, brother. Old lady hit 200 5x5 squat before we left our trip, staying on it. There you go. There you go. That's nice. I know you guys been following Stephanie Sanzo and Steffi Cohen out there, which is a little girl. She's not a little girl, but she's little in size. She's like 120 pounds. She's squatting like 400 or 500 pounds out there. Incredible. Incredible. Make sure you also show her Miss Amanda Ann. I've showed you her before. She's on Instagram, and she's a young, I think 21-year-old. She's a little heavier. She's about 185, but she squats and deadlifts like a maniac. I think she has like a 600-pound squat or something like that. It's incredible. So you may want to check her out as well, Miss Amanda Ann. How long for fasting, says Derek McLean? Well, it depends on what you're doing, Derek. If you want to do intermittent fasting, you may want to do 18-hour fast per day. So like, let's say, I'll give you an example. Don't eat till 12 o'clock and only eat between 12 and 6. Let's say, you know, eat what you know, slam all your meals in a 6-hour window, and the rest of the day, the other 18 hours, you fast. Or you may want to go a little longer, maybe 20 hours. So, you know, you give yourself an eating window. You want to make it 6 hours, 4 hours, or something like that. That's intermittent fasting. Or you could do real fasting, which is not eating for more than 24 hours. So all you'd be drinking is water. Okay, and you don't want to do coffee or anything like that, so it's a complete detox. Check out Snake Diet. Okay, Snake Diet is the guy to check out if you want to talk about fasting, and you can see his results on his Instagram. He's got results on top of results on top of results. Okay, if you don't believe him, check the results. So Snake Diet, and he has what is called the snake juice, and you can make it at home. It's putting salt, potassium, and I think sodium bicarbonate in water, but very small amounts. I think like a teaspoon per liter or something like that. You may want to check it out, and that keeps you hydrated with electrolytes while you're fasting so you don't get so tired. And then he recommends starting off with like a 48 to 72 hour fast, have one solid meal, and then try to go again. So, I mean, if you, follow that fasting, you'll get quick results. I see people losing extreme amounts of weight in just a week to 30 days. Look up White Boy Rick and you'll question everything again. I will. Thank you. Being cold burns fat. That's true, says Rev. The earth isn't round or flat, says Bit Papa. Koran says he doesn't buy into space travel. Derek McLean says space travel is basically impossible without going the speed of light. We talk about space travel. I don't know. I've never traveled through space. But what's interesting is that people are having trouble getting through the Van Allen radiation belt right now. And supposedly people went through it to get to the moon, and they live streamed it over the telephone. So, I mean, I don't believe in flat earth, but that moon landing that we're shown, that's funny bunny, guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Now, maybe we went to the moon or not, but the actual footage that we're shown, I'm not buying that. I'm going to be honest with you. Shout out to the greatest filmmaker of all time, Stanley Kubrick. And, if anybody did it, it'd probably be him. Derek says, I can't do 48 hours. I'm being honest. I'm not trying to lose weight. Well, you just said that you want to shred the fat out there. So you're going to lose some weight. You just, if you get into a fast, you're going to lose some weight. Here's the thing. People want to like shred fat and get muscle at the same time. While you can do that, you got to pick one thing or the other. Like Champ did the keto first, and I kept strength training, and I was getting strong. I was building muscle, but the number one priority was to shave cut down the fat. And once I got into a good weight level that I felt was solid, then I started eating good. Irish sea moss is the only true mineral source. We all time travel. What do you think planes and cars and trains are? You're right, Big Papa. I heard about I don't know about the sea moss, but seaweed or whatnot like that, something like that. But, you can get all your minerals from meat. That's the bottom line. You can get most of the minerals or all of them from meat. That's why you see people on the carnivore diet that's doing well. It's a possibility that Big Papa doesn't eat meat, and that's all good. But that's what it is. If you fast, Irish sea moss is better than man-made electrolytes. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if that's true, but it definitely seems like something I can buy into. Derek McLean says, time travel is impossible. You can't go back in time. Some people say that Trump's the time traveler. John Titter. We've talked about this before, and this is an interesting story. Not that I believe it or whatnot. So apparently Trump's uncle, when Nikola Tesla died in New York City, Trump's uncle was working for some federal agency. I think it was the FBI or whatnot. And they went to his apartment to search all his documents. And apparently when he showed up there, he found documents to a time travel machine, and he gave it to Trump. So that's the story out there. And then it goes on to, there's a book out there that's mentions Baron Trump, or the Castle Trump. You may want to type in Baron Trump time traveling as well. So there's like a book that mentions someone named Baron that deals with Pence and a Castle Trump, and that person had a time traveling machine. And this book was written in the late 1800s. So that's what it is out there. It's an interesting story. Not that I buy into it. Trump is going to jail, says Big Papa. I don't know. I think that people think that Trump's going to jail is like the same as people believing that QAnon is going to come save everybody. QAnon is to the right what Mueller is to the left. I don't believe either or. I think they're both bullshit. NASA made it to the moon with 1960s computers as powerful as today's Texas Instruments scientific calculator. Yeah, and why haven't we been back? And if you don't believe this, there's one of the head NASA scientists. He's on record saying that they have destroyed all the telemetry data, all the data that they had that took them to the moon in the first place, and now we can't go. So the greatest achievement of all mankind was erased and destroyed because they made a mistake. So I'm not buying that at all, guys. I'm not buying that at all. So all the data is not there anymore. They lost it. And he's on record saying this. A NASA, you Google it. It's a NASA guy directly from NASA saying, "Oh, I would go back to the moon, but we destroyed all the data. We lost all the data, so we don't know how to go back anymore." So that's funny. Has anyone looked into the forthcoming 5G network dangers? Yeah, I know Jones was talking about it on Rogan's podcast, and I heard him mention before that 5G is used for some sort of mind control. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard about it. Cohen blew his cover, says Big Papa. Cohen's looking like a snitch, and his credibility is no good. He's already being charged for lying, so how could you believe a liar? I think that he's trying to get paid. Trump is funny bunny. Sometimes I think he may be funny bunny. I'll tell you this. I'm not feeling that he tried to get, or he got security clearance for his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, which is I believe he has dual citizenship with Israel as well. So, I mean, it seems like, I don't like how he's in bed with Kushner. That right there, it's funny bunny to me. It seems like they're cooking bagels behind people's back. I don't know. Champ, watch the Cohen testimony. I don't need to watch it, Big Papa. I don't care about Cohen. Cohen seems like a liar. I don't really care. I really don't care. And I don't care. I mean, I'm not here thinking that Trump's going to save us either, like QAnon. I don't care. These people are all liars, guys. All liars. All of them. Yeah, in order to get to the high ranks of the pyramid, you need to be a liar. Okay, it's just what it is. These guys are practicing hermetics and all kinds of wizardry and occult practices, and the majority of them are liars. Some maybe are more honest than others, and some may be tougher than others, but they're all funny bunny, in my opinion. Champ, snitches give people millions of years, and they've been caught lying, cheating, and went to jail just to get out of a sentence. What is the difference with Cohen? I think that he's just trying to save himself. He's a snitch, and his credit. I don't believe him whether he's right or wrong, or I just don't believe him. So I don't care. I think he's funny bunny. This is the same guy that was praising Trump just like a few months ago, or not too long ago, and now he's trying to throw him under. But his credibility is shot. So I don't believe anything he says. They're all funny bunny, but he's built a lot of things over these talking heads and haven't done jack. If AOC is your future, be scared as hell. That's true. If Alexandria Cortez is your future, you got to be scared as hell. She was saying that having kids is immoral. And these people want to abort babies. I'm sure you guys were checking out Jones's podcast talking about the third trimester abortions, which is very scary. And now they want to go ahead and sell you abortions post-birth, which is murder, if you ask me. And he was exposing how they make money off organs from these abortions. So it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. These people are not in tune with the positive frequencies, and they're about death and destruction, and we need to snipe them out the box immediately. Boom. Big Papa says, Champ, don't shut Cohen out. Same snitches put us in jail, and they are all known criminals and liars. I think they all are known criminals and liars. That's why I'm not even paying attention to them. I don't care about Cohen, and frankly, I don't care about Trump neither lately. I'm more upset about the security clearance that he gave Jared Kushner than what Cohen's saying. So, listen, guys, you know how Champ is. At the end of the day, I'm for freedom and independence, and I'm for more decentralization. I'm for more for gaining strength and stacking crypto, If Cohen gets caught, he's lying deeper in water that he already knows. I think that he perjured himself too. There's evidence to believe that. The left are worse for sure, but I think that they're playing. This is part of the plan. The left against the right, and the polarization. Polarization is another of the hermetic occult principles. There's 7 hermetic principles, and you guys may want to check those out. And that's what these people practice, guys. They're not practicing God's law. They're trying to practice their own law. AOC got Amazon booted out of New York. I don't know if it was her by herself, but Amazon decided to make a left. Big Papa says, I'm upset with Trump, but because he's wasting our money to play games. Yeah, but you know what? What's the alternative? Hillary, At the end of the day, guys, these people are not going to do anything for us. That's why we need to stack more crypto and gain strength, get our little plot of land or whatnot, plant our own vegetables, have a little chicken or 3, and stop tuning into these people. These guys are clowns, all of them, the right and the left. They're all clowns, guys. And if you're playing that polarization game, then you've already been tricked. Trey P says, kaboom. Derek McLean says, I agree, champ. Don't tune into the government clowns. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, these people are not going to do anything for you. They're not. At the end of the day, everybody has their own personal interests, and they're not booming with the boomers, guys. These guys are doing whatever they're going to do to keep themselves in power. These are a bunch of liars. But you know what? At the same time, the left is even worse. That's true. Blake James says, yo, miss you, bro. Prospectors Alpha is out. You told me about it back in 2017. I don't know about Prospector Alpha. I've never heard of that before. It was probably somebody else, Blake. But I'm glad to see you in the box. Kaboom. Basically, our government's full of Satanists that are practicing. Look at the dark magic that they use. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The occult and the Hermeticism and the Talmud and all these other things that we could talk about. But that's what it is. The left is not worth. They are both the same, equal clowns. I don't know. It seems like the lefties are worse. But maybe, listen, I'm not gunning for none of them. But what I do like about the right, that they do, they're against abortion, which I think that this thing has gotten out of control now. They want to abort kids while the woman's dilating. It's completely out of control. So no, the left is worse if they're voting for that. But doesn't make the right good, Big Papa says, I still hate people that waste money regardless. It's our money. Yeah, they're all wasting money. Once I reach retirement, they can send my social security check to the Mediterranean coast where I belong. There you go. Does anyone, Quran says, does anyone astrology, alignment, sun, moon, so-called planets affect our moods week to week? Yeah, I mean, that's basically what the zodiac signs are or whatnot. I don't really follow that for the most part, but there could be some science behind that. I'm not, writing it off, but I don't know. Apparently, obviously a full moon can impact a lot of people, and there's a lot of wackos out there during full moons, and we know the moon affects the tide, so why not your own brain? Jigger Rome's with the $5. Boom! For this demonetized stream. Where's my bomb at? Boom! Shout out to Jigger Rome's. Thank you for the 5. He's got 5 on it, guys. Follow the leader out there. He says, for this demonetized stream, LOL. Thanks, General, for keeping us crypto brothers on the same wavelength. Thank you, Jigger Rome's, for the love there. $5 here in the population of the chat box. Guys, do you got 5 on it like Jigger Rome's, or are you showing up to the party empty-handed? Okay? Trying to smoke everybody's weed and drink everybody's liquor. You know the deal out there. Don't show up empty-handed. Follow the leader here, Jigger Rome's. I appreciate you, Jigger Rome's. Thank you so much. Pull up AOC Talks. She's a nutter, wants to take your Green New Deal, and these are the jokers. They want 70% taxes to go decide to how to use them. Be afraid. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pull her up because, I'm not giving her any airtime, but she's a wacko in my opinion. But some people love it. They love it. They're falling for the meme out there. They think that, look, listen, it's easy to be the victim out there, guys. It's really easy to be like, oh, it's everybody else. Like, listen, I could be the victim here on YouTube and be like, oh, we're always being attacked. We're being shadow banned, and there's nothing else that I could do. That's it. But no, I continue to fire forward. Yeah, you could call people out, but, this channel's not branded on me being the victim of YouTube. We're out here for the boom, for the kaboom. Forget about the doom out there. It's real easy to be the victim out there. Just being like, oh, we're oppressed, and these people are bad. And, at the end of the day, you got to take some responsibility. You need to show up to bat, and you got to do what you can to gain strength and stack your crypto. Indeed. Blake says, damn, you're right. Just checked. It was Currency 365. Love you anyway. It's all good, Blake. It's all good. And Currency is a crypto brother that often frequents the box here. So maybe he's tuning in. Maybe he's not. Shout out to Currency. He always shows love. One of the few YouTubers that pass by here and they drop some ducats in the bucket. So if you follow him, it's all good. I like him and his channel. Big Papa says, a lefty called the number off the side of my work vehicle at a drive-through and told them I was being mean to them because I kindly asked the lady to move forward so I can get to the intercom. Yeah, these lefties, they're the type of, they want to talk to your manager or whatnot. These people, they always want someone else to handle their problems. They're the victims, and then they want the government to come and step in. And it's the funny thing too, like the feminists at the end of the day, they're the same way. It's like, oh, we're victims of the patriarchy, but who do they ask to enforce these rules? They ask men to lock up other men if they're disrespecting women. So at the end of the day, who are they asking? A patriarchal government to protect them. So it's like these victims, they're funny. They're funny. Guys, we're separating the victors from the victims out here. The men from the mice, the pits from the poodles. Which side are you on, guys? I've listened to see if I'm just not seeing it, if there's something there, and it's definitely not about the boom. She actually says she's putting out the ideas. She's the boss pass. Yeah, I saw that meme that she AOC said that she's the boss, and she just uses a bunch of rhetoric, guys. And most of these politicians, they're heavily rhetoric. It's not dialectic, it's rhetoric. There's a difference. Rhetoric is just how, you perform and how you trigger people's emotions with your speech. Dialectic is facts, talking about the facts. And it's all rhetoric for her. And for Trump as well, too. It's a lot of rhetoric. Bit Papa with the $2. I appreciate you, Bit Papa. Thank you so much. Thanks to Bit Papa out there with the $1. Thanks to Jigger Romes with the 5 on it. I appreciate the love here in the chat box, the crypto brotherhood that we built here, here in the trenches. We don't need the right. We don't need the left. What we need to do is gain our own strength. Okay, stop being fat, boys. Stop being Walking Dead like Vitalik. And if you're skinny, make sure you're eating that good food. Start stacking your crypto. Find your good coins out there and become independent, guys. Because none of these guys are going to do anything for you. Don't get mad at these people for being wackos because they do uncover stones just like Trump. He's doing us a favor at the same time costing us a shitload of money. I agree with that, Bit Papa. So there's certain things I do like about Trump because, he went in there and kind of shaked up the system. But at the end of the day, I think that he's gunning for himself and his family. That's what he's doing. He's worrying about his own bag. He's not worrying about Bit Papa's bag. I don't see Trump here dropping ducats in the bucket. It's Bit Papa that's doing it. So I agree with you. He's doing us a favor. I think he's red-pilled some people out there, and that's good. But at the end of the day, you need to follow the path and become your own crypto maniac. Thank you so much, Bit Papa, for the $2. I appreciate you. Bit Papa says the left and the right were created by Yale back in the day. Skull and Bones Foundation. That could be true. Zodiac was created from numerology. Look into old numerology and you'll find the answers to astrology. Numerology is real astrology, just a watered down version. Okay. Don't get mad at these people. We just read that. Blake says, have you tried the Lightning Network on tipping on Twitter yet? Would love to tip you some Satoshing over Lightning. Thank you, Blake. I've mentioned the tipping.me app that allows you to tip people through the Lightning Network on Twitter, but unfortunately, I'm not on Twitter. Champagne's not on Twitter. There's fake Champagne Cryptos on Twitter. I think there's a fake one on Instagram. I just don't support those companies because they don't let users monetize their content. So, you write all the time on Twitter and on Facebook and on the, take pictures for them. But all you get paid is a bunch of little hearts. That's retarded. Okay, I'm not here for that. At least YouTube, if they run ads on the videos that I create, they're going to give me a cut out of it. And, I appreciate that. And they also have the super chat, which because of that, we continue to kaboom. But yeah, Blake, I appreciate you. If you would like to send me a tip, the super chat's open. But I'm not on tipping or on Twitter. But, it's a good thing. I'm not against it, tipping. And I know a lot of people are on Twitter, and that's good. Just Champagne's not on it. Quran, look into the Clockwork Elves will blow your mind, says Bit Papa, okay? Zodiac is a giant clock, says Corinne. Yeah, I don't know much about that, guys. I've done some cursory sweeps, some glances at it, but not enough to really talk about it. Champagne doesn't like talking about things that I don't know about. If you're just tuning in, we talked about everything on this broadcast. Gaining strength and stacking crypto is the theme of the year and the whole era, if you ask me. Forget about the right or the left. Guys, get into the gym first and foremost, okay? You got to do it first physically. You got to ground yourself in physical reality. Keep your heads out of the clouds, okay? Train yourself discipline, and then your mind goes in check right after that. If you start showing up and you build the discipline, then your mind is on the right wavelength to start thinking better. I think abortion is bad, but I think people should have the choice because not everyone has the same religion or views. I disagree with you, Derek. I mean, I'm not talking about that. It's just it's murder at the end of the day. Don't support murder. It's at the end of the day, you got to stand for something. You fall for anything, and the meme out there is it's straight murder, guys. I'm not even talking about it. It's retarded. And at first it was just, the first trimester. And before you know it, guys, it's a slippery slope and they want to abort babies post being delivered. It's crazy. I don't fall for it and I'm not paying attention to any of it, Derek. And that's, I don't want nothing to do with it. I snipe it out the box. I'm for life out here. I don't care what your religion is. I'm for life. And if you're not for life out here, I'll snipe your religion out the box. I never came across a religion that's not pro-life out there. I want a cage match versus Trump for BTC Live on YouTube for donations. There you go. You can tell that Big Papa is not a Trump fan. It's all good. Yeah, this political season, this last presidency really polarized a lot of people. But that's part of the wizardry. Yeah, it's one of the Hermetic principles. It's how you get some results with polarizations. The law of polarity. John Jones fighting this weekend. Okay, John Jones, the eye poker. Okay. Some topics hit home. Lost 2 mid-pregnancy and it was rough on us. I'm sorry to hear that, CryptoZilla. Hopefully, you see better days. But I feel for you, CryptoZilla. I know a lot of people that have struggled with that. Not personally, but I've heard the stories, and I send my positive energy to you. Champ, do you use alternating grip for deadlift? Yeah, I use the alternating grip. It's a mixed grip is what it's called, right? Or alternating, so one hand on top, the other one on the bottom, so like mixed grip. Yeah, I use that. I think I said before that I did the hook grip, but that was incorrect information. The hook grip is like holding onto your thumb. I don't do that. I do the mixed grip with the heavy weight. CryptoZilla said he saw one of them. If we made that choice, it would have been murder, in my opinion. There you go. Very sorry to hear that. It breaks his heart. Yeah, listen, the heart is already beating. And, if you haven't gone for a sonogram and checked, the heart is beating. And for people to start debating on whether something's alive and whether to kill it or not, that's evil, okay? And that's how far gone society has gotten to have these types of debates. I mean, like, even asking that question, Derek, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to be honest with you, even asking that question, because if you haven't heard the heart beat, then I don't know what else to tell you. These people are out here, don't let yourself get played out there, guys. Pick life out there. I mean, how can we even be debating this? It's incredible. Wish you and the fam the best, says Jojo Wave. CryptoZilla says, yeah, it was kicking. There you go. And, I understand, Champagne's expecting the second one. So, I mean, I see the sonograms. I've seen it all, guys. I've seen it. The baby is alive in the womb out there. For people trying to do an abortion in the 3rd trimester is crazy. But in NYC, they want to allow up to birth, which is just sick and twisted. Absolutely. No, they want to allow. They've already passed it. It's already, been passed, CryptoZilla. And, if that's not reason for you to just completely figure out that these people are not following anything that's good, I don't know what else to say. Quran says there is no debate. Yeah, there is no debate, Quran. I mean, how are you going to debate whether killing's good? That's retarded. Bottom line, these hoes that y'all give your money and life to are straight murderers. They probably killed 20 babies before they met you in the same tongue ring. Been through about 50 penises also. Yeah, you're right, Big Papa. It's degeneracy. What do you think about the new coin listed on Binance, FET? I don't know about that, Super Steve-O. We're not really talking about crypto in this broadcast. This is our second broadcast. We're talking about strength, diet, exercise, open discussions. But, you know, I don't know about that coin, FET. But we did talk about Binance, and they're giving away $100,000 to test their decentralized exchange. And check it out on the last live stream that we did this morning. Karan said, I have to give credit to Alex Jones for bringing up the subject. Yeah, I think that's the most important part of the broadcast, how they're selling baby parts out there from aborted fetuses. Yeah. Derek says it's a question, champ. People not saying I do, but many people don't consider something to be alive until it's actually born. Yeah, many people are evil too, Derek. You know, there's bad people out there. And there's people also, not only that they're bad, there's people that have been played and deceived by the narrative and the powers that be. It's up to us, you know, you got to stand for something. It's up to us as men to stand for something and say, no, that's wrong. No, you got to hold the line, stand your ground. It's a no. There's no debate. D-Rock says, once they allow abortions post-birth, the FDA will allow stem cells in the U.S. to profit. And that's what appears to be the plan. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about money. They want to stack money. They want to stack money, guys. That's why I got to say, you know, some people, they tell me, oh, you know, champ, follow Ripple, check out this coin. You're missing out on profits. And I tell you guys, you know, listen, I'm here for the boom. Okay. But boom doesn't always mean profits. Okay. It's also about finding the ones that are going to be sustainable for the long term. In that journey, in that process, we may come across some doomers. We may make some mistakes, but we always got to keep readjusting the bag and focusing on what the actual boom is. Booming is not just making profits. It's also having profits for your soul, for your own well-being out there. You got to be well-rounded holistically out here. They won't reverse the law in most countries because most will just go underground. The morning after pill, I think, is the line, says CryptoZilla. Yeah, I mean, I can understand how people could debate it like the morning after or the first few weeks or anything when things are very small. But you're talking about third trimester. I mean, like, you know, there's babies out there that are born prematurely and they live. Of course, they're alive. I can't believe that even people are discussing that. And, you know, I'll leave it at that. I think that's not a booming subject, and I don't even want to talk about that. You're right, Zilla. Next topic. And my positive energy goes to you, Zilla. Hopefully you see some better days as our crypto brother. Koran says, change the subject slightly. When I look at nature, there has to be life after death. Energy only transfers, not dies. You know, if you believe in the good book, then, you know, that is true. You see that migrants, Denmark changed their migrant laws. No, I haven't. I haven't seen. If you could let us know. I don't know. I don't really stay up to date with Denmark. I don't know what's going on out there. If you're just tuning in, it's been a long live stream. We talked about a lot of things out here, but you know, the theme is always gaining strength and stacking more crypto. I want you guys hitting the gym every single day, if not at least 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, stay strong. Check out stronglifts.com if you want to get into a strength training program. Okay, I don't need you guys doing 15 reps. You know, someone else, they mentioned they did 80 push-ups. That's good. But if you want to get more muscle mass, you need to put some weight on the bar. You got to put some weight on the bar at the end of the day. Check out stronglifts.com. It's a free program. And then once you do that, you can move over to the Mad Cow is what I'm doing. Mad Cow strength training. What's up with ABBC coin? I don't know. It was pumping, but I don't know. I don't look into those coins that like they come into the game, like they come into the top 100 up 70%. It looks like a pump to me. So I'm not really interested. If it stays around, I'll look more into it. But, you know, I don't like to follow the trend, you know, not like, you know, if it's just a trendy coin that just came across, I probably will ignore it. I know it was pumping yesterday. I have no idea what it is. But look, it's down 13% today. Coran says, look at the volume, not just the pump. You got a good point there. There's heavy volume, of course, on Bitcoin, ETH, EOS, Litecoin, Ripple, and Neo. Neo has heavy volume. Champ, how do you feel about abortion if the girl was raped? You know, I'm going to stop talking about this discussion, but I'm pro-life, Derek. I already told you. Already at the bottom line, I'm pro-life. You know, I'm not here to debate with you whether, well, if this, if that, if other people, forget about it. Champ's not with it. It's a no. It's a no. Mr. Alpha says, Champ, Alpha in this piece. Shout out to Mr. Alpha. Boom. I see you. Welcome back to the box. CryptoZilla says, I'd go into it, but long topic. I think EU went too far left to let migrants with no plans. Yeah, that was part of the plan, though. You know, the powers that be wanted to flood Europe and, you know, destabilize it. Water down the culture. Litecoin is slowly creeping up, says Mr. Alpha. Yeah, we've talked about Litecoin. It's looking good. It's up almost 5% today, almost back at 50. I've said this today a few times. Litecoin, out of the top 10 coins right now, Litecoin, Binance, those two coins are looking sexy out of the top 10. Shout out to CryptoZilla Alpha, Derek, Bit Papa, Coran, Jigger Romes, and the rest of the boomers out there. I'm going to go ahead and tune this down. I'm on an intermittent fast today. Haven't ate, so I'm starving. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a while since I did the intermittent fasting because I'm kind of on a bulk for somewhat. But today I decided to do a little fast, and right now the champ is hungry. So I'll probably slam down some steak and eggs out here, get the protein out there, stay heavy on the proteins. You know how I feel. Some may say eggs are too high in cholesterol. I think it's a meme too. Derek says, I understand, champ, just asking. Yeah, I mean, you know, but I'm stuck with where I'm at, and I'm not, you know, my position's no. I'm not for it. Eat a dirty burger, live a little. Yeah, I mean, if it's good meat, I don't mind it. Bit Papa says, where do we get this cholesterol is bad? The brain needs its fuel right to the brain. Yeah, where we get the cholesterol is bad is from these companies that's trying to push cholesterol medications on it. Everybody has high cholesterol, okay? Everybody has high cholesterol. And I'll tell you, Bit Papa's right. The brain needs cholesterol. The majority of the brain is made from cholesterol, guys. Don't fall for the cholesterol meme. These people are having heart attacks because they're eating too much they're eating too much sugar in the form of carbs and processed wheat, corn syrup, and stuff like that. I don't think it's the cholesterol that's harming people. On that note, I think I'm going to go get my steak and eggs. I'll slam down my steak, my eggs, and I won't have any carbs. I'll have some steak, eggs, and maybe some coffee out there. And I got to pull back on the coffee. The coffee's good. I mean, it fires you up, but it can cause a little bit of indigestion. And I'll check out that iodine, the Lugol's iodine that Bit Papa was recommending. Shout out to Bit, Coran, Alpha, CryptoZilla, and the rest of the boomers. Coconut oil is good cholesterol. There you go. There you go. I was using the coconut oil in the keto coffee, doing a big scoop of 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and the butter right in the coffee. I have a video out there of me making it. Sometimes I feel like I want to do some cooking videos, guys. I'll be honest with you. Let me know if you would like that, because in this path of being healthy, you got to cook for yourself more often than not. If you're eating sloppy, you're probably eating out all the time. But if you want to get healthy, you need to buy your food. You need to cook a little bit more. So you find yourself chefing it up. And maybe I'll record some of the meals. I'm not a good chef or whatnot, but at least show you guys what I'm whip up. Miss Champagne seems to like it. Mrs. Champagne seems to like it. Avocado oil is better than coconut. Okay. Okay. You know, I think I've tried avocado oil, but you know, I don't have it at hand, so I can't really remember how it tastes or whatnot. Coconut oil is pretty good. You know, but when I cook in butter. I'll be honest with you guys. Champ, if you get indigestion after drinking coffee, your diet is probably slightly acidic. Try to tone it down with more alkaline foods. Yeah, you got a point. And maybe the acidity comes from eating a lot of meat because, you know, I know that eating meat does raise your acidity. So, you know, intermittent fasting and the alkaline foods, you're right, Bit Papa. There's got to be a balance. You're absolutely right. Maybe I can cut off the coffee for a little while here and there. But you're absolutely right. And I do admit, you know, the meat does raise your acidity. That's absolutely true. Corinne says, we'd rather use butter than chemical spread than the chemical spread. Yeah, you don't want to do eating, I can't believe it's not butter or anything like that. You know, for a while I was, you know, trying to stay fat-free and all that, but that fat-free stuff is a meme, guys. It's a meme. You got to have good fats in your diet in order to, you know, provide the good nutrients. Bit Papa says, do a cooking video, champ. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe I'll think about that, you know, as ancillary content. You know, it's good. The only cooking video I ever done was the keto coffee video. I did a little steak and eggs, and then I whipped up the keto coffee in the blender. You guys may want to check that out. Keto coffee, Champagne Crypto. Catch me in the kitchen, chefing it up. Alpha says, I just eat lots of rice, beans, broccoli, cauliflower, and a nice cut up veggie burger. Avocado is awesome. Yeah, I mean, avocado is great. It's a great, it's a superfood. You know, beans, broccoli, cauliflower, but it seems like, you know, eating too many plants may give you indigestion and give you gas as well. So everything in balance, guys. Jael Cortez says alkaline acidic blood is the stupidest argument ever made by non-physicians. All food and drink is made neutral through your digestive tract. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I couldn't tell you if you're right or wrong. Best way to start a diet, looking to start ASAP. Our Oscar Olivares with the 199 kaboom. The better question is, Oscar, what is your goal? You know, what is you're trying to achieve? You know, everybody has different goals. So depending on what your goal is, you want to adjust your diet. I mean, if your goal is to be the strongest man in the world, you better start eating close to 10,000 calories a day like Brian Shaw or like the Mountain, Thor Halfthor. You know, I'm sure that you have different goals. I don't know what your goal is. You know, depending on what your goal, that could determine what type of diet you should be following. I do liquid magnesium, lemon, and pepper cider vinegar, says CryptoZilla. There's some benefits to magnesium. I think magnesium's been linked to more intelligence or higher IQ or more brain development. You may want to check that out. It's important to note that like in the deep south in the United States, the soil is lacking in magnesium. And then in other places like California or whatnot, it has higher magnesium. Bit Papa says grass-fed butter is awesome for cooking. It doesn't allow you to overheat what you're cooking. It gives it all the flavor and nutrient the body needs. That's what I use. I use the Kerrygold grass-fed butter. Incredible. And they don't actually feed the butter grass. Someone made that joke. It's like, oh, the butter eats grass. But you guys get the point. Oscar says lose weight at 235 should be at 185. Listen, if you want to lose weight, follow the snake diet. Bottom line, it's like that's the quickest way to lose weight. Snake diet right now on YouTube, and you start fasting. Okay, if you're 235 and you should be 185, then you don't even need to eat. The bottom line is you just should be drinking snake juice because you have enough fat on your body to feed yourself. You want to eat off the fat on your body. That's why you've stacked so much fat. So in the event of a famine, that you'd be able to eat the fat on your body. And if you're over 40 pounds overweight, you know, you could eat the fat on your body by just stopping your, you know, don't eat anymore. Just completely stop eating. Start fasting. You could do a 24, a 48-hour fast, do one refeed and go back at it. Follow Snake Diet. Snake Diet doesn't play games. And he has results like no other. Check out his this Instagram, and he posts all the results of people that follow the snake diet, and it's the truth. And fasting is good. It raises your growth hormones. It's a flush. Every single religion has fasting in it. It's because there's benefits out there, and it's good for your mind as well. Yeah, snake diet on YouTube. Yeah, so he goes hard, Oscar. You know, he recommends, you know, 24, 48, 72-hour fast. If that's too tough for you, you could start what I did, intermittent fasting. And I was just telling Derek about it, where you fast about 18 to 20 hours per day, and then you have like a 4 to 6 hour eating window. So what I was doing personally is like I wouldn't eat till 12 o'clock. And I would stop eating at 6. So I had a 6-hour eating window, and I followed intermittent fasting along with the keto diet, the ketogenic diet, which is high in protein and fat. You cut out all the carbs, and you just eat a lot of protein and a lot of fat, and I lost weight. It's crazy because I would have thought that eating more fat would have made me fatter, but it was the opposite. What makes you fat is carbs. Carbs in the form of, you know, breads, corn syrups, juices. You got to stop drinking anything that's not water. Don't drink it. So, you know, if you want quick results and, you know, fast and knock off all the weight, check out snake diet. If not, do intermittent fasting, and also check out the ketogenic diet. Those are the 3 recommendations. And again, Champ is not a personal trainer. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not anybody's daddy out here. I'm just talking about what has worked for me and on the anecdotal evidence that I've seen work for others. So at the end of the day, you got to do your own research or whatnot. But I'm trying to be as honest as possible, Oscar. Champ's right. You can go months without food with proper nutrition. Yeah. Especially if you're if you're like really overweight, you can go for 30 days without eating. Hey, fatty, here's how you start the snake diet. There you go. He's got an entertaining channel. And you know what I like about snake diet lately? He's been posting some of his workouts. And he's got a nice bench, a nice little squat, a little deadlift. He's not weak. He's not weak. I think natural juice is okay and healthy. Yeah, it's nothing bad, but if you're trying to lose weight, you know, the juice has a lot of sugars. So, you know, listen, bananas are a great fruit. You know, I like bananas, but if you're trying to lose weight, you probably shouldn't be eating bananas. I swear I make Irish sea moss gel and fast, you will feel great, I would say. Yeah. Check out the Irish sea. I don't know anything about the Irish sea moss, but Big Papa dropping some recommendations here. Cryptozilla says F-bombs and dieting. Yeah, the snake diet out there, guys. He doesn't play games. Champ, I need your opinion. I'm talking to a girl who wants to be a stay-at-home mom, but I don't believe in that. Your thoughts? I think you're slipping out there. If you got a girl that wants to be a stay-at-home mom, then you find a good one. You know, maybe she should get rid of you if you don't believe in that. I'll tell her not to be with you. I mean, listen, to keep it 1,000, guys, you know, women could do whatever they want, but the majority of women that end up with a high level degree and having a professional career don't have children. Okay. They don't have children. So, you know, the best moms are the ones that stay home, guys. And that's not a shot to those that they can't stay home, okay? Because there's good moms that they still work. I mean, shout out to my mom. She was a single mother, okay? But, you know, to be the best mom that you could be, you should probably be staying home. Stay-at-home moms are the way, exactly. I don't know. She should run away from you if you don't believe in that. Derek says she wants kids. There you go. She sounds like a winner, Derek. My watch list on CoinMarketCap is all in green. I hope it stays this way for at least 8 hours. Shout out to Alpha. Indeed. I'm not sure if you were around yesterday, Alpha, but we did was it yesterday or the day before, Crypto Coins watch list. We checked out some coins that we wanted to put on our watch list. You may want to check that one out. We talked about some interesting coins. I think both men and women should be helping financially. Okay, there you go. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to get at. You know, you're trying to convince me, or you know, or what? You asked me a question. what my thoughts are. I think that she sounds like a winner. Over an hour here on the stream. 19 crypto maniacs watching. Are you gaining strength in stacking crypto? I need you doing it right now. Check out our recommended crypto videos down below. Crypto culture, cypherpunk, manifesto, privacy, and freedom. If you want to label yourself a crypto boomer, you may want to check out that video. Also, check out the hidden symbolism behind the Wizard of Oz. NPCs, non-playable characters, and the hidden symbolism behind the Wizard of Oz. Good videos that we got down there. Women were meant to stay at home and teach the children. But the children go to school all day, says Derek. Well, you know, listen, the kids don't go to school till at least they're like 3 or 4. So the first 3-4 years, they'll be there. And then kids, they get out of school early, 2 to 3. So, you know. And, you know, anybody out there, you know, that has a stay-at-home mom, and shout out to the stay-at-home moms, because I think a lot of people think that they're just at home hanging out while the kids are at school and they're easy job. Let me tell you, the women have a tough job out there. Okay, for those that stay home with the babies, even when the babies are out there in school, they're keeping things in order. And, you know, in some cases, it's even harder than what men do. I'll keep it honest with you. You got to tip your hats to the ladies out there. Show some respect for the mothers out there. I agree when they're really young, because childcare is expensive. And not only that, it's that, you know, with childcare, the more that you leave your kids with other people, the less influence that you're going to have on them. So, you know, at the end of the day, why wouldn't you want a good influence at home always around? You know, if not, you leave kids in the indoctrination camps in school, before you know it, they got you questioning when life starts and whether abortions are okay and whether having orgies is good out there. That's what happens when you don't have the parents at home. CryptoZilla's having trouble finding Irish sea moss in Japan. May have a different name. I don't know. Is that like seaweed or something? Because I've heard like the benefits of seaweed. I don't know. Irish sea moss from Japan is radioactive. There you go. All right, guys, my stomach is growling out here. I'm on a fast, and it's been a while since I've done the fast, ever since I started gaining more weight to hit these goals. So I'm going to go ahead and eat my steak and eggs. I'm out of here, guys. I could keep talking for hours at hand, but I'm not going to do it like Joe and Alex did on that podcast that they kept saying, oh, we're out of here, and they went on like 2 or 3 more hours. But on that note, shout out to everybody. I hope you guys got some value from this broadcast, and for all the broadcasts that we do. Derek says, peace, champ. Great stream. Thank you. CryptoZilla, thank you. BitPapa, thank you. Alpha, thank you. Karan, thank you. Jigger Roams, thank you. And the rest of the boomers, thank you. Jojo Wave, thank you as well. I appreciate all you maniacs out there. Make sure you hit the buttons. Bookmark the page, because you probably won't get your post notification bells, your ding dings out there. Shout out to Wonug Snowmaid. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I see you pop up in the box. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Maybe I'll pop up on this weekend if I have some extra time to do some short videos. But count on me for Monday. I'll see you then. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for